into a training real quick that I hope provides a ton of value to you guys. All right, we're going to be going over finding niche leads. So Charlotte, here's the checklist. All right. And there's a couple categories here. All right, we're going to be going over county courthouse data. All right, so I'm giving you all a sneak peek. All right, we're going over stack distress property identification, networking, digital lead generation, and then some forgotten marketing channels. Or not forgotten, but underutilized marketing channels. All right. And all of these things, I'm trying to give y'all actionable resources. So there's going to be things y'all can take today and go take action on and use like literally in your business to get deals. All right. The reason that I'm doing this training too is because I work with a lot of different people on the system. I've done a lot of different marketing myself. And, I try to keep my eyes on the streets, right, for how marketing is going and how, what's getting people results. And since I talk to so many people, I get to see people who are doing great and some people who are not doing so great and some people who run into, common issues that everybody runs into, right? So I think this is going to be really helpful and then give you everything you need. I'm going to talk about how to train even your team to go ahead and do this stuff, a lot of this stuff for you, so you can automate it or how we can help out too. So without further ado, let's dive in. One of the first ways or first groups of ways is going to be county and courthouse data. Now, a lot of people have already heard this. I got some stuff in here today. I'm like 90% sure you haven't seen, tried, or used yourself. All right. So this can include like tax delinquents. I know, Charlotte does a lot of pre-foreclosure and tax stuff and auction. So she gets them straight from county data. So she's putting this into play, right? You can also get, like I said, pre-foreclosure lists. I've pulled a lot of probate leads from county and city websites. All right, you got code violation, evictions, and one not a lot of people hit on, fire damage. All right, have you all tried these? Drop a one in the chat if you tried one of these before. Drop me a one.
I got 40 leads right now of some brand new fire damage properties I got out here in LA. So I just have to do the details. I'll be up on that soon. I just received those a couple of days ago, but I've been so caught up in the deal, I haven't been able to move forward. So I have a little time today, since I know that the deal is okay, even though I don't get that much. So now I can reflect. But my only discrepancy is, Olu, is I don't know how to value those properties and stuff. They're not like regular properties. So I don't know how to value them, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a little bit tougher. There are some extra strategies there too, right? Like the repairs oftentimes are going to be higher for sure because it's fire damage. Sometimes you got to get into structural stuff. And a lot of buyers won't touch them, right? So you also got to find buyers that do work on those properties. And that's, pretty easy to do from public record, looking at a property that burned down, that's now rehab. You've probably seen one in your neighborhood. I know there's one by me. I drive by all the time. It was burned down and I saw it literally get flipped. So that's a buyer right there I could go talk to get a better idea of how he runs his numbers for that area, or what type of fire damage and stuff like that. That's going to be the best insight you can get.
But if there's anything you could, excuse me, if there's anything you could do to assist me, man, I don't mind giving you half of the profit or whatever we need to do. But if you can assist me further or whatever, man, just like I said, man, we can JV it through whatever. It doesn't matter, man. I told you last time we conversed, I don't care about money, but anything you could do to help me with these 40 properties, man, I don't mind, man, splitting the profits with you if that's what you want to do.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely down to jump on a call and review it and, help out as much as I can in JV, get some deals done there for sure. Just lock in another call with me and we can go over that. Yeah, so that's a great strategy. Like, there you go. Jose is already deploying fire damage property. How did you find this lead?
Just wanted to do something different. How did I find those? I went to the website out here in LA. I don't like dealing with LA, so I deal with like surrounding counties or whatever. So what I went to their website and went to the incident report on the website, the incident report, and just went down there. But this is what I did. Check this out, Olu. They didn't give me the information. Just gave me the block. They'll say like 900 block or whatever. They don't give you the actual address to the one that I'm doing, to the website that I have. But what I did do, this is very unique. It just takes a little time. I went to the neighborhood. I looked at the property. They show you the property, right? But they don't give you the address. So what I did, I went to uh, Google Drive. What is it? I went to Google Maps. I went to Google Maps, and went through the whole neighborhood. I looked at the property, found some type of something that's familiar with it. I went through the whole neighborhood, and sometimes, majority of the times, I can find the property. A lot of times I can't. But I look at the fire damage property and look at something that's familiar with it, and I go through Google Maps and go through the whole neighborhood, and I find that property, and I pinpoint that property and stuff. So that's how I was able to find all those leads. It's time consuming, but just like I said, man, if you put in the work, you can find it. I know there's maybe a strategy out there that's easier, but if you can help me out with that, I found 40 properties. So all the thing to do now is just get in contact with the homeowner and just make an offer and see can I get up on the contract.
I love it, man. I love it. There you go. That's a niche lead right there. Like, not that's the key to this, right? Like, the point is, a lot of these list providers, right? If you go to PropWire, PropStream, like, it's great to have those there, to have those big data sets that you can pull, right? And the real benefit to those is being those stack data for different lists, which I'll talk about more later. But if you can go find niche leads, like Hosea just told us he did, right? And you have a process behind that that allows your team to scale with it, you're going to find way better opportunities. You're going to deal with a lot less like angry or just unmotivated people who don't want to sell than your competitors. And they're not going to be as worn out from getting calls and texts, or mailers, because it's more niche. It's harder to find. It takes a little bit more, suave to get that deal or build that relationship, right? So, he hit on one of the cons that I'll talk about later for some of this stuff, but it's definitely can be time consuming, right? Like, you can even see here, like, this is something for Baltimore City. This is the code violation list. If you see there's 443 violations for just one neighborhood, Bel Air, Edison, right? So all of these are there. Literally the address. We already know the city and the state. It's Baltimore, Maryland, right? If you know it's Bel Air, Edison, that narrows it down to like 4 zip codes, but automation can do this for you, right? The system can help you pull in the zip code for this, right? So it does take time to go and pull this and put it in a sheet, get it organized, then go get it skip trace, right? But it's worth it because it's niche. It's going to pay off. The ROI, the return on spend for getting that data organized is going to be very much so, worth your money because these people are highly motivated, right? They're accessible, and there's less competition. All right. Oftentimes, this says outdated. Oftentimes, stuff is going to be more up to date than, PropStream, right? But a lot of those big data sources like PropStream and stuff like that, they're getting their data from, but they're not getting it as soon as the county posts it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. Sometimes owner stuff can be a little bit off, but it's going to be more on point than like 95% of the stuff that you're going to find out there. Shoot, even 99, right? All right, so this is an example. Literally, you could just search your county, city, state. If you're doing multiple markets, you could search all of them and just search different things like register of wills, code violation, right? Pre-foreclosure, tax delinquent list. And they're literally going to pop up for you. I'll show this one next. But like, I was just doing Brevard County, which is like in Florida. It's like where Cocoa Beach is at. And I found the register of wills. And literally they have, let me zoom in a little bit. So this is the Register of Wills site. And you can literally see right here, it says wills for safekeeping to current. So I just clicked on that link, right? And I just did a search for a time period. I think I did September 18th to like August 17th or something like that. I got a whole list of leads. Now, again, this goes back to what Hosea was saying, and one of the tough parts about this stuff is time consuming, but we have all the information. I know that this person is listed here on the register of wills. They have a case date, right? I can see any comments if it was canceled or something like that. And so I can take their name and literally search it on the site that the county tells me to and find the case. I can see what's going on. I can find the case number, find all the information I need about that, and then go skip trace it and reach out to the decedent, right? Donald. Okay.
I like that.
So the reason I'm going so granular on this, I know a lot of you guys probably know some of this stuff, but I'm going granular because when you find these websites, like this does not look super user friendly, right? You might miss this piece right here. So just when you're on these county government, that might be the key between you finding the list and you paying someone to give you outdated data that they're pulling from here 2 months or a month later. You know what I'm saying? And that's just going to give you a whole 30, 45, 60 days to market to this person in multiple ways. And I'm going to go over some different channels you can use that aren't like super flooded to actually, get in front of them. All right. Any questions about this piece right here?
No, like it.
Got another example. So this is the same county, Brevard County. And look, I got the code violations right here. And this one, they're nice enough to give me the full on address.
Wow.
All right. So I got the case number, I got the full address. I can see exactly, what's going on for a specific time frame. This is all the time frame from 2008. Okay. And you can see some of these came on here literally yesterday or today. My bad. Today. So do you think PropStream's gonna have this?
Hell no.
Nah, I don't think so, right? And the cool thing is this right here, Browse AI. So y'all can sit down and to literally, here are my counties. These are the type of lists I want. Literally make them a Google Doc like this. These are the type of lists I want. Here's how you search it. These are the time frames. Here's how often you search it. Here's how you put it in a list. I made a template for you, first name, address, date. Like here's how you find the data, and then make a Loom video explaining the whole document. That's how you create a whole SOP that you train a VA on. You give that to them. That can be one of their tasks they do for you, every 2 weeks, every week, take a couple hours, right? You pay them 20 to 50 bucks to handle that. Done. All right. So that's how you automate it. But if you want to give you and your team even more power, you can use something like Browse AI. You guys have the link right here. I'll drop it in the chat too. And this can literally, this can literally automate this process. So it can monitor websites. It's literally AI that monitors a website. So you see how this one is showing 917 for some of these code enforcements. I could tell this bot to watch this specific website and tell me every time a new line gets added and have it stored all in Excel. Done. You don't even have to do that. Now your VA just takes the list, cleans it up, formats it, and skip traces it. They don't even go to this website. The AI does it. All right. So if you actually go to this website, they already have pre-built bots for real estate. So you guys don't even need me or my team to do this for you, right? Like it's easy. Okay. Right. They already have pre-built ones here that you can use. Boom, right here. Set it up, get your account, you're done. All right. If you want me and my team to set up more complex ones for you, we definitely can. But this is something I've given you everything. You have everything. Just find the county. Like literally, we could go find one right now. Let's do code violations. I'm just type in code violations. I don't even. Oh wait, this is just gonna give me Maryland. Let me do like a state. North Carolina. Let's see if I get anything there.
It's Browse AI. Is it web scraping? I'm assuming that's what it's doing.
It's a little bit more advanced web scraping. So it's it can read the code on the website and all of that stuff to a deeper level. And it's like locked to like trigger the scraping. It can monitor the website.
Okay, that was my next question. How does it? Yeah.
yeah, check out the website. They got a bunch of different like options and stuff like that. Um, like here, monitor. This one I love. You can turn any website into an API. So that at that point, it's even beyond. That's beyond web scraping, right?
And
Um,
this will not trigger anything on the county, because on the county website, huh?
um, I don't think so. I mean, I guess it would depend on county to county and what they're doing and what their website is, but I don't. I'm not sure if they want to limit people's access. I'm sure they already have, blockers in place, like how many pages you can view at a time or how the data is formatted. You know what I'm saying? If they do
Mhm.
have block, you might just have to change your strategy in the future. I don't know if they can get you in trouble for accessing public data that they put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but of course, you can read the terms and conditions to find out more. Any questions on this county data piece right here? What do I mean by turning any website into an API? So basically an API is, the way that systems can communicate over the internet to another. That's how we connect with stuff like, machine. If you want to connect, we'll use your API and we can pass basically any post to their API. We can pass it to REI and lock. So same thing here. Any data that the county posts to the website, we build an API that just watches it, and then it can pass that data anywhere to REI and Lock, to a Google spreadsheet, to Asana, Slack, whatever.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So that is super useful for making this a lot more automated and helping you save time when you're trying to get these niche records, right? Help save a ton of time. Here's another one. So this will help out with the fire damage stuff. You guys can see here. Not only did you get, fire, but there's other stuff here. I haven't used the police. Someone got arrested, and maybe you can cross-reference that, see if they own the property, right? The fire one, what it does is you subscribe to a certain area. Anytime there's a fire, you get a text. So it could literally text your number in REI and lock, and it sends you the information for the fire, right? It tells you when it happened, and it makes it a lot easier. If I remember correctly, you get like I have to look at my text to see exactly what it is. I should have put a screenshot of that in here, but not all of them you get addresses. A lot of them you do get addresses. Some of them they just put like the 100 block of this street, and they'll describe the house and what side it's on. And it's going to vary based on where you're at too. Like different locations might send different information, right? But the great thing is you literally get a text into REI Unlock or directly to your phone or your VA's phone. They take that address, just put it in a file, skip trace it, reach out to that person and ask if you can help them. And there's actually more ways to monetize this. So a lot of people don't know, but when someone's house catches on fire, there's like 3 ways that they can get paid out from the insurance. And I have like a doc breaking down the 3 ways. And it's very time dependent, like when you encounter them. So that's why it's best to reach out at the beginning because, some of the options expire, very quickly. And if you reach out a month, 2 months later, the insurance company, time may be passed for the insurance company to grant that. So not only can you help them sell the house, but you can help them get more money that they are actually entitled to from their insurance company. And, just like people do with, what do they call that? Bruce, what is that called again? Unclaimed funds. You get a percentage of a kickback.
Yep. Yep. Unclaimed fund. Exactly. Or surplus or excess proceeds.
Right, exactly. So you could come up with an agreement with them. Hey, I'll help you negotiate and talk to the insurance company, blah, blah, blah. If you give me 10% of the extra funds they give you.
Hey, Olu, could you please put that website in the chat so I can get a URL, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys can sign up. I think it's like $80 a month or something like that. And literally just pick the phone number you want on the markets and you'll just start getting texts. Boom, 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 boom. Every single day. Like I'm not kidding y'all. Like you'll get 10 to 15 texts a day with properties that caught on fire. If you lived in like a populated area, I was literally getting hit up all day. So if it's a populated area, you're going to be getting a lot of these messages to you. All right. You can
Hey,
see here
Ola,
kind of
can
what it
we?
looks like.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Charlotte.
Just wanted to go back to the options you were mentioning about the insurance, if we can get that info from you as well.
Yeah, for sure. I'll put together like a clean document of how it looks, because right now it's like a messy SOP, and I'll drop that for you guys.
Okay, thanks.
I'll probably drop that in next week's Power Hours. Um,
Hey, Olu, you know, that'd be a good strategy when you start reaching out to these fire damaged properties. You know, mentioning something about, you know, the insurance, because that's something that probably that the homeowner don't know. So that'd be
exactly,
quite intriguing and stuff, you know, to get to be able to get that deal. That's I'm impressed, man. Thank you.
exactly, man. You got it nail on the head, bro. Exactly. You talk to them about that. Now you're not just because there's other people who are going to be knowing that the house caught on fire and reaching out. You might even have dispatchers who are doing that, trying to do deals. But if you tell them that, you're exactly what Charlotte said. You're leading with value, all right? And this is what the text come through looking like. So you guys see it tells you where it's at, tells you what like the level of the fire, right? Tells you the address and all that stuff. Okay, description of the property, right? So sometimes you'll get a text and you'll be like, I'm not reaching out to them. It says grocery store or something, right? Like I'm not about to reach out to them. So yeah, go check them out. Link is in the chat and get some deals from fire damage leads. Awesome, y'all. Awesome, awesome. Here are some examples of some like postcards you could send. This is one that's already integrated in REI Unlock. You can see we're using the custom value, so you could send that person's property or that code violation, that niche lead. You could send them a postcard too, right? We're not doing blanket marketing, right? Where we're spending $1 per postcard on 10,000 records. That's expensive, right? If you got 10 leads a day that you're doing this on, that's like $50 a week, right? But this postcard costs like 67 cents, so you'd spend even less than that to send out 50 of these a week from the system and be able to hit them up on another channel outside of the typical texting and calling that everyone's doing. People are still doing direct mail, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them are doing like 6 rounds in this market with this person, and it's costing them a huge budget, right? You know, this is how you can do it with niche leads, and so it's not costing you a ton. You already, saved a bunch of time and, got targeted people here. So if you funnel them here on top of the other strategies that you should already be doing, like drip campaigns, calls, that's just another way that they're seeing your company name, your brand, right? And this looks like someone wrote it. I literally is going to come to them like this. This literally looks like handwriting. All right. You can send other ones too, like this if you want, or like literal legit handwritten letters. You can send those out from the system too, and we can plug their custom values in there, so it's customized for them.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'm multitasking while I'm waiting. Did you say the system generates that?
Yeah, you can. So we have an integration with Print Genie, right? And REI Unlock. If you look on the left side, it's called Direct Mail integration. If you
Ah,
sign up for Print Genie there, we can link any postcard in the system. So this is just or letter, right? So this is just an example of one that is the workflow and everything's already built out for. It literally is going to fill in their first name. It's going to fill in your name, right? The owner of the company, fill in the city the property's in, and then drop in whatever phone number you want.
wow. Okay.
Or we could add other fields too. If you guys have other fields in there, we could add them in there, right? So
And I know you said the cost is minimal, but does it tell you what that is? Do you get a sense of that before you send stuff out?
yeah, so we would basically we would choose which ones you want to use in the beginning, right? So if you wanted this one's standard on anyone's account who signs up, so you would get this postcard. Everyone has this workflow and is able to use this one if they sign up, right? But if you wanted another one, you sign up for the direct mail, you just would let me know and we would map it in. And that would have like a fixed cost. Whatever that type of postcard is, they have a fixed cost. So this one here is 67 cents. But if we had a letter, it could be, you know, $1 or something less or more, just depending on what it is.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll go more over some channels in a little bit as well. But you guys should also be, you know, using distressed property identifiers, like we talked about, like the fire damage kind of falls into this, and you also want to be stacking your list. Okay, so you don't just want to pull a vacant list, you want to stack it with something else, right? Like expired and vacant and out of state absentee. Now that's a more targeted list. Be mindful of where you're pulling that from, right? Again, stuff can be outdated. You could pull a list of 10,000 and you find out later 1,000 people of that vacant, expired, niche, out of state absentee list, 1,000 of them just got rented and not making any money. So you want to, you know, make sure it's as fresh as you can get. This other one, oh, let me touch on this real quick. Bangers right here. I'm telling y'all, if y'all are not doing land, listen, you gotta find a way to learn a little bit more about land and mix this into your strategy, because not only is there's less competition, the sellers are way less emotionally involved. A lot of times you'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm a developer, I just don't have time to, you know, work on this project, right? Or oh, I inherited this piece of land and, you know, we were gonna go camping or build a house there and we just never did it. Or I was gonna build my dream house here, but I think I'm just gonna stay here in South Carolina. You know, all different sorts of stuff. And people are just way less attached. And then when we get to commercial land and different zonings, if you get a 20-acre lot that's zoned for a multifamily property, you understand the type of assignment you can make on it. Deals you definitely want to put longer on your contract. Don't lock up a land deal for like 30 days, right? You're gonna create problems for yourself, because the buyers, the developers, they need time to call the county, they need time to research the property, they need time to actually look into the deal and make sure it's something they can work on before they make a decision, right? Some of them need less than others, but either way, you never want to lock up a land deal for 30 days. Like, you really just don't do it. You know, if you can get it for 90 days, great. 60 days, okay. You know, the longer the better. If it's, you don't need more than like 120 days, unless it's like a commercial huge lot that's like 20, 50 acres, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You will need a lot longer. You will need 6 to 12 months, depending on the zoning, how big it is, and where it's at, right?
Okay.
You're going to get
So
a
if I
feel
did go that route, well,
for your
how would I know the good markets where they're, how would I go buy that? Because I don't want to waste too much time on this. Yeah, I know everybody want to move on or whatever, but how would I know the good markets and stuff to be able to market to, you know, and then be able to find the developers and everything? Because I know there's a process to it, something I'm quite intrigued about.
Yeah, so I mean, you can do similar market research that you would typically do to find where you want to do deals at, right? The only difference is now you're looking for vacant land. You're looking for where there's new developments. You're looking for migration patterns. Where are people moving in the country or in a specific state, right? You're looking for, because with land, you want to be able to have the most options to dispo it, right? So if you got an area where people are buying lots to camp and set up yurts, and then you got in that same area or not too far, people are building new constructions,
Mm-hmm.
like that's great money, right? Like if Tesla's building a factory up the street, great stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't beat an area like
Where
that.
there's development and stuff, where there's development and stuff going on. Perfect.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to go into Cleveland City and, you know, go where the last new build property is 2007. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably going to be a waste of your time. You know what I'm saying? And you also want to look at the property values. Like, you don't want to be in an area where the lots are selling for, you know, I guess you could if you want to, if you're going for volume, but if they're selling for like 15, 20 grand, you can still get deals and do deals that way.
Mm-hmm.
But the property is clearly just not as valuable. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going for volume, you know, I guess you definitely can do that. But yeah, I think you're better off going for bigger lots that have potential for big spread. You're going to deal with the same amount of stress, probably less than, you know, those small ones. What else? You can look at communities that were developed or are still developing, and you can find like infill lots literally on Google Maps. Reach out to stuff like that. But the biggest way is going to be the development patterns, where companies are moving, and where new construction is being set up at. Same for commercial. All
Oh,
right.
Lou, where do you get your migration? Oh, yeah, I'm very interested in that one. Uh, where do you get your migration data?
You could literally just look at like U-Haul. They
Okay, I
got
thought you were okay. Yeah.
yeah. You could look at census data too, but I mean they don't pull most of their stuff but every 10 years, so that's kind of a broader view. U-Haul is more recent, more frequent. New facilities are being built, new warehouses. Where is Tesla putting up a facility? Where is Starbucks building their new buildings, right? Where's Chick-fil-A at? You know what I'm saying? Um, shoot, Amazon, where are they building a warehouse at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are going to be giving you key identifiers to figure out where to do deals.
You know, I don't know if this is everywhere to get data, like what he's just describing, who's doing what, or realtors. Some realtors, in order to do business. I have one now. They do Facebook Lives, and I try as much as possible to tune into that. And they go over exactly what Olu's doing, what's coming up in the next 5, 10 years. You know,
Exactly.
so
And
if
you're,
you're
oh, go ahead.
no, that's it. Yeah, you might want to, I'm just saying you might want to just get in touch with or find out who's doing what, realtors are doing what. Look them up on Facebook, see who's doing Facebook Lives and things like that, putting data out like that. Yeah.
Exactly. You can also, like, I subscribe to like Chamber of Commerce emails. I'm in Facebook groups for, Maryland, DC area, like business owner Facebook groups, and I see posts in there all the time. Oh, such and such, new sign out front at this place for this business, right? So you start to get a feel just by, being subscribed to those involved. So those are other places you can figure that stuff out too. That's more long burn, but definitely. Any other questions about? Oh, that's what I was going to show you guys. So you can also look at like Caldwell Banker, or not Caldwell Banker. You can look at like the big builders, right, for wherever your area you're in, and just see where they're building houses at. You could just search out like who are the bigger home builders near me. All right, Meridian Homes. So you can literally go to their website, and they probably somewhere on here have a list of the projects that they have. Available homes. Look, they got all the projects here. Bethesda. I could have told you this. Like Bethesda is banging. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta, it's gonna be hard to find a lot here because it's maybe on the parts further from DC. But if you do, it's gonna be a banger. Like, so this already tells you, hey, let me go look at it. Sold, 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 sold. They give you the full address. You can go search when it's sold. You know what I'm saying? So just doing thorough research. And you can also pair ChatGPT with this stuff to kind of expedite or expand what you're doing. Cool. Any other questions on like land and stuff like that? That's some other resources, but this could be a whole separate meeting. Honestly, I don't want to take up the whole time. Got a couple other things to go through. Cool. So the Sour Patch Kid strategy. This is what I talked about. The training that I dropped in the community probably a couple weeks ago. But it's basically building a network with other investors, getting on buyers lists to buy deals, help them dispo deals, right? There's like 4 to 5 different ways you can monetize that. So if you want to, dive deeper into this, just go to unlock.com, sign up and go to learning. If you're not already in the community, just sign up, complete the form, and you'll be able to get access once we approve you. And it's just like a 20-minute video actually do this, but there's literally 4 different ways to monetize it. And the leads that you get from this are literally as hot as PPC leads. Like I'm talking 1 in 15 you can get to contract. Um, This takes probably, a month to build up, but really and truly, you could close deals from it your first week of deploying it. Not close, but you could get a deal locked up your first
You got a cost to that?
week. The cost for this,
You got a cost to that? Or is it free?
for skip tracing and time,
Okay, got it.
yeah. It's harder to scale. It's not as scalable as the other strategies, but basically earlier how I told you to train VA, if you do that with this strategy too, your VAs can be trained, and at that point it is scalable. You
What is
can
that
have,
website again?
it's community.reiunlock.com.
Community?
Here, I'll drop it in the chat for you. In the chat. Oh, you know what? I got the exact link to the course in this doc, I believe. I don't actually. This is what it looks like: secret leads, buyers, and private lenders training. You can literally find all three of these groups of people. And again, there's 4 to 5 different ways you can monetize this. Within a month's time, if you do it right, you could literally have your VA dropping in, 5 to 10 potential leads every day if done right. And like 1 in 15 telling you can convert, as long as you're good on the phone. All right, so definitely go check that out. Serious deals and find. Absolutely, man. Yeah, and find private money lenders. If you're not ready for private money, don't even spend time on that. That's going to be a waste of your time. Just focus on the. All right. Again, a lot of this stuff is time consuming, right? I didn't even touch on driving for dollars, but bangers right here too. A lot of people know about driving for dollars now, but a lot of people, right? And you could turn this strategy up. You could get a stamp from Office Depot. They have custom stamps at Office Depot and at Staples that you can buy and put a custom handwritten looking message like this on it, stamp post-it notes, and slap it on people's car doors, mailboxes, whenever you ride by an ugly property, right? Literally, let me Staples custom stamp. Bucks for this thing. Oh, even less. $10. All right, you can order it at Staples. You can go pick it up like the next day. See, custom. You can make your own text and put it right in here. And so you can make the text look handwritten so that your post-it note looks handwritten. All right, and then you slap it on their window, car door, something like that to make sure they see it, and you've turned up your driving for dollars. Again, that is a much more time-consuming way to do driving for dollars, and just driving for dollars in general is time-consuming unless you make it virtual. Have your VA go on Google Maps, Google Earth, or you do AI driving for dollars with REI Unlock. You just tell us an area or give us a list, and the AI can literally go through Google Maps and analyze whether or not that property is distressed and pull some of the more the other public record markers like vacancy and stuff like that. All right. Any questions so far? Is this resonating with y'all? Is this adding value? Drop a 1 if you get
Hell
it.
yeah, hell yeah.
I'm loving it, man. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. 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 Yeah. So similar problems to what we talked about before. All right. Oh, this one, I want to touch on this one. That's why I put it in here. So being remote, doing virtual deals is great, but in one disadvantage that sucks. If you're not in person, there definitely can be more communication issues, and you're going to convert less than someone at the same skill set who is in person. Okay? Because they're just there. There's a physical presence. How can you eliminate this and still be able to scale your business? Zoom meetings, right? Face to face on Zoom meetings. I am always surprised by how I'm on a Zoom meeting right now because of COVID. Most people can use Zoom, and if they know how to use DocuSign, they probably can use Zoom. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, Zoom's a little bit easier to use than DocuSign for at least joining a meeting. You know what I'm saying? So if they can do that, we should be good to go. If not, if they have someone helping them with the DocuSign or something else, get on a Zoom meeting with them if you can, right? Even better, find someone that can go meet face to face with the seller in a virtual market that you built a relationship that you trust. All right, because that's going to help. That's kind of unrelated to the niche leads things, but that's more so on the conversion rate, right? Because being in person, I always know I can convert more deals face to face with a seller than on the phone. No matter how good a closer you are, it's always going to be the case. So even if you can just get someone on your team, an agent, a JV partner, someone in a mentorship group with you, shoot, a freaking photographer, someone to shake hands with them, a Zoom meeting, it's going to boost you, right? Send them a video message, anything, right? That face to face, it really does wonders. All right, if you want to sign up for AI Driven for Sellers, you guys can do so here. It's also on the website under products, and these are going to be niche as well. All right, again, this is what the training looks like for the Sour Patch Kids strategy. Why do I call it the Sour Patch Kids strategy? Because a lot of these sellers that you're finding when you go in here, they're going to be sour because of the situation. I'm not going to spoil it. I want you guys to watch the video. They're going to be sour because of the situation they're in, the leads at least, and how you found them. All right. And just like Sour Patch Kids, sour, sweet, gone, that's how we're going to treat these sellers. They're going to go from sour to sweet because they're dealing with us. We're solving their problem. And then their house is just to be gone because we complete. So that's the Sour Patch Kids strategy. Go check that out. And then we're coming up on the end here, but other strategies, these are all, long burn strategies. These are all long burn. It's more time consuming. It's going to take a while. It's going to depend on your, networking and relationship building skills. It's definitely, harder than all the other things that I've reviewed so far. But, building relationships with probate, divorce attorneys, estate planners, agents, other investors, and wholesalers, this kind of touches on the Sour Patch Kid strategy. Contractors, fire restoration, all these people, they're literally gonna text you opportunities or send you referrals like butter. And if the person that they send you is already working with them or is already, encountered them in whatever one of these scenarios, that referral is just going to be so much hotter, right? And then you might not even have to market anymore from just one or two of these relationships. You know what I'm saying? Just having someone like literally even just this right here, right? Like Hosea, you said, hey, I have an opportunity we can potentially JV on because we've already built a relationship. You've watched some of my videos. I'm adding value to you here. And so you're saying, hey, I got a deal. Maybe you can help me on it. Let's review it. I'm always down to do that. And so that's a way that, I'm getting deals in my business, right? But you can deploy this to agents, right? Agents can, be a waste of time sometimes if you're just doing it like crazy in bulk. But if you do it right, man, not only for leads, but for freaking buyers. For buyers, oh my gosh, I love working with real estate agents because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They have a Rolodex. They already know who the people are. And instead of you stopping your business to go find a buyer, they can handle it for you, right? They already know who the hot people are that have been vetted out. But
And plus, Lou, that's a repeat deal. Because once you build a good relationship with them and you close that deal, you got them in your back pocket after that.
Exactly. And then if your paperwork is right, they can potentially list the property for you, and that's going to get even, as long as you're transparent with your seller and your paperwork allows you to do that, right? So, use those agents, man. Can't tell you how many agents have found us buyers for a deal. I know a couple people on REI Unlocked. That's the only way they find buyers. But if you have the time to go and, either train your VA or hire a dispo person or something like that to bring dispo in-house, you definitely want to do that because giving away 25 to 50% of every single deal you do is, it's great. I advocate for 100%. I'll do it any day of the week. But if you're doing it on all your deals, you're giving away a lot of money, versus if you just bit the bullet and built the system or worked with someone to help you build the system to do that in-house. That's 25 to 50% of your deals. I mean, if you're making 120,000, you're giving away 120,000. You know what I'm saying? So Just something to think about. All right. So again, I already talked about these, but it takes time, it takes effort. You gotta build those skills and continue to maintain the relationship. This is like a document that we send to probate attorneys, just telling them about different ways that we can help. And it literally just, has our company name on it, what we can do, and then some of the solutions listed, and our company information's at the bottom. And so you can literally put some stuff like this together on Canva for after you have a conversation with whoever that person is, to just, help them remember you, or even mail them this thing. So you send it via email, you mail it, shoot, text them a screenshot too. Then, they'll have it everywhere. They'll know who to call someone. But if you just continue to follow up, continue to add value, there's going to be an opportunity. Opportunity, it definitely meets preparation. That is luck. All right. So just keep going at it and put something in their hands. Don't just have that conversation and move on.
Okay. So that in itself requires a lot of networking, right? To get those resources. I'm looking at yes, that image. Yeah.
No, not at all. Like this, like literally, one of them called one time. They asked for a locksmith. All I did is go find a small locksmith, called a couple of them, and found the one that was available for the cheapest price.
Okay. How about rehoming the animals?
You call a what do you call that? What is that called? I'm forgetting the name of that. It's not a animal control. No, that's not it. What do you
No,
call?
no.
They're like police officers for animals. Forgetting the name of it. But you
Oh,
call
you are that that's exactly what it is. Okay. But you don't want them, right? They're gonna take it to the pound, right? I don't know how it works in DC, but
I mean, yeah, but if you really want to rehome it, then I mean, you could just go to a Facebook group where people are trying to buy animals and say, hey, this animal is free.
oh, okay, we're gonna leave. All right, we're gonna go on.
What do you
I
mean?
get you though. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like as you build these relationships, as you network with this, with the probate attorney, you're gonna find your group of people. But when you're getting started, I get what you're saying. Like, I don't have this. I don't have a way to go clean up their pool. I'm not a pool cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not a mover. Olu, you know what I'm saying? How am I gonna move and store? It's just you're becoming the person they call, because if you're not there, just imagine what that attorney has to do, or that whoever that agent has to do, or whoever it is, they have to go do and find all those people themselves. So if
Yeah.
you just, and everything's online now, so if you just take 10 to 20 minutes to go handle that task, and all people's reviews are on Google too, right? People have Facebook reviews, all sorts of stuff, right? There's tons
But
of
I guess that the takeaway that I'm getting from that though is that you don't have to go and figure this all out before you can do it real time when they come and ask for your help.
exactly, like, just, yeah, definitely don't figure it all out before. Matter of fact, spend all your time for this strategy finding the people, right? And just put something like this, like literally Canva, you could do this in 10 minutes, right? You could do this in 10 minutes and then have the conversation with the people, send them this afterwards. Then when they call you, be like, yeah, sure, give me a few seconds, let me talk with my team, and let me get you an ETA on that, right? And then you go call the people, figure out who you're gonna assign, get them out there, figure out how much it is, call your person back, let them know how much that cost is. They're probably not gonna pay for that. Their client's gonna pay for it. And so I'm sure you can do some more communicating for both their client and the service provider on the back end. But exactly what you said, like you're kind of doing it on the fly. And after you provide that service or a couple of these services a couple of times, you'll find out, oh, this person was great, or oh, that person wasn't so great, or you know, and so on and so forth. Right?
The
Yeah.
value you bring, the more money you're going to make.
Exactly. Exactly. And that time value for them is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Ton of value there. All right. Digital and paid lead generation. So there's really no such thing as targeting Facebook leads, but you can get good leads from Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Um, but they're not, you can target them. You can do like retargeting campaigns for existing customer lists and stuff like that, but it's interruption marketing, period. No one goes on to Facebook or Instagram to look for a service, right? You might go on there to talk to a friend, go to a group, something like that. But it is a way to get into more inbound, more leads that not everybody has. Google is definitely targeted, and you can find much longer tail keywords that not a lot of people are using to keep your budget down. No matter what, if you're doing Google Ads, your budget is something you want to think about and plan out before you start doing longer tail keywords. There's going to be less competition, and you can do research with tools like SpyFu or even just on Google itself, right? And you can get an idea of other terms to search for. And you want to find like long tail stuff like this, like longer ones, okay, that aren't going to cost you as much.
Olu, do you have integration with Instagram?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can run Instagram ads from the system. You can post on Instagram, Instagram stories, DMs. We can put the chatbot, the AI chatbots on Instagram for agents, sellers, buyers, JV partners. Um,
Awesome. Okay.
you can do AI comment responses on your posts on there too. So all that stuff is in there. So definitely, this can be really good if you have the budget for it. If not, stay away. But inbound and niche leads, like that's why I was talking about this too, the network, because they're also inbound, right? You can't beat those. All right. And this is also, pretty much as scalable as it gets. All right. And with Google, you can do way more targeting. So love that. Love inbound leads. Best way to go, period. All right. I also got some resources you guys can get. You guys can use custom real estate lists from, us, from other providers out there, which I'm going to share a couple with you guys. And yeah, we just want to stay targeted. Some of the cons I already talked about: higher cost per lead, higher costs, all that stuff. Again, SpyFu tells you that's the domain, or sorry, that's the link right there, spyfu.com. Tells you the volume so you can hunt that down. And again, in the system, we have ad templates that you can use. You can either use our media buyer or hire one for yourself, or just pay one occasionally, and they can look at your campaigns for you. So you don't need to hire an agency to run your ads. You have everything you need. All right, so here's a data provider you guys can check out and see if you would like to use them. They provide custom data for these markets that are marked off on the map, different lists for different places, but they literally pull county data for you. Some of the stuff that we talked about earlier. Post this in the chat for y'all. All right.
Man, you're giving some good stuff today, Olu. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to make
I'm checking all this stuff out too.
Let's go.
Everything.
Absolutely, man. Here's another custom list provider too. They do very similar thing to the data syndicate. They're just in more markets, and they can actually provide a custom list. So if you don't see your market here, you can tell them, oh, well, I want stuff in Idaho, and they can go look at Idaho. Basically, what I showed you how to do. They're essentially going to do what I already showed you how to do. They're going to go look at that county. They're going to research it. They're going to type in Brevard County code violations, and they're going to find this, and they're going to tell you, hey, in Brevard County, I can pull you code violations. I can pull you probate records, and then whatever else is available. $150 a month for like 50 leads or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. So you can hire them to do this. You can also train a VA, because I showed you guys exactly how to do what they're doing. They just do all this work for you for a fee. All right.
But that amount, those should be pretty accurate. Am I correct?
Yeah, and it's going to vary from county to county on how much data they can provide, how fresh the data is and different stuff like that, because they're literally doing what we're doing. They're getting it from the county, from what's available. All right. They do have some extra features, so I'm not gonna like, talk down their service. They do have some other stuff that makes it valuable, but that's the main thing they're doing.
Your honest opinion, is that a route that you would take?
Yeah, I like this.
In my shoes?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always better to build stuff in-house, but that's not always realistic, right? It's not always realistic to build or train your team or figure this stuff out in-house. Sometimes it makes more sense to just pay these people that already have it figured out to bring it to you completed, so you can get the deals and then grow your company, and then eventually down the line, then you can bring it in-house to, grow even more and reduce your costs. So yeah, and they'll send you a test list for free, or I think maybe $20 for a test list or something like that. So you can test it out for your area. That is the link for that company. And then you can also request custom lists from us. Just fill out this form, tell us, what type, where, and how many. That's from us here as well. And again, you want it to be, niche, stacked. Don't just pull like a vacant high equity. All right, so here are some underutilized channels. People use them, they're just underutilized, right? Which is a good thing. And this will change, right? This will change, sometimes throughout a year, sometimes throughout a couple years, but it shifts, right? And some people are doing these, they're just not necessarily, there's a gap in the market, okay? So SEO, there are people doing SEO, but a lot of it is really like canned. Like a lot of people just buy, a Carrot website and just use that, which is great, puts you out there. But a lot of people are on Carrot, and a lot of people are using, Carrot's domain servers. So it's going to be a little bit harder to rank with that, right? Not a lot of people are putting out content for SEO anymore. That is going to, include long tail keywords that I was talking about earlier for, PPC targeting. Not a lot of people are producing a lot of content anymore, which, that's an open lane that you can take, especially for a local area, right? If you're, or a couple local areas, right? And you just hunker down on those terms. Honestly, I would say don't actually spend your time doing this. The best way to do this is to hire a VA that is trained in SEO, or hire a company that can do this for you to help you with this and get that content out there for you. All the websites on the system already come with some basic SEO enabled for them. If you need more done, we can help you or point you in the right direction. But this is definitely, and this is long burn. Like you're not gonna set up your website's SEO and start getting deals in 3 months, right? Especially for a super competitive area. This is more like 6 months to a year, 18 months. You'll start seeing a return from being consistent, and there'll be inbound leads, right? Just as hot as PPC, but they found you organically, which is even freaking better. You can also pay to get like featured in like USA Today and stuff like that, so that will help boost your SEO. All right, and then SpyFu, the website I gave you guys earlier, that has tips on how to boost your specific website's SEO and stuff like that, and how to, like, I guess, stalk your competitors' websites and figure out what they're ranking for. All right, so definitely underutilized, and I honestly don't think enough wholesalers take this seriously. I don't think enough of them, or investors period, take this part of their business serious. But this is huge, especially when you get down to reviews and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. They type in your business name and see 4 positive reviews, right? And they're talking to you and 3 other investors. And when they go search the other investors, they find a website. One of them, they don't find a website. And the guy who does have a website doesn't have any reviews. Who do you think they're going to go with? The person with reviews, with the professional website and all of that stuff handled, dialed in. All right. So
that needs to be a category all its own, reviews.
Right. Honestly, yeah, definitely. because you can get video reviews, you can get the Facebook reviews to help your Facebook ads perform better. Then you can get the Google reviews to help your Google reviews perform better, and just to give you better credibility overall when someone searches for you, right? So do not sleep on those. I think you're right, Charlie. I should just go ahead and add that in here. We already talked about this stuff, handwritten post-its and letters. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit on the post-its, but yeah, deploy that for sure. Like the callbacks on this are actually kind of nuts. Like it's kind of nuts. I don't actually like intentionally go out and drive for drive for dollars myself anymore. But if I'm like on the go or in between a showing or going somewhere and I see a distressed house, I will pull over, pull out my handy dandy stamp a post-it, because I just keep them in my car and slap it on, like I said, the mailbox, the car door, something that they're definitely going to see. All right. Remember, not everyone uses the front door. They might use the back door. They might, you know, just use the side door or something like that, or go through the garage. So just post it on something where they're definitely going to see it. They definitely have to check the mail. All right. Voice drops, as long as it's legal where you're at, check that first. But this is underutilized and it saves you a lot of time from doing like calls. You could also pair this with AI calling, regular calling, texting, but it gets good results. You could also throw this into your texting strategy. So you know how you can text a voice note, right? You literally send out an SMS blast with a voice note and they'll see it in the text as your voice, right? You could even throw in more in there with GIFs and photos. Like not a lot of people are doing that. And you can literally do that from REI and Law already. Email.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. The text, you can send out an SMS blast and it will go out as your voice.
Yeah, so you just create an SMS, or we could help you create a SMS campaign. And as an attachment, you would just add the voice. And so the text comes through to them.
Oh, it's an attachment. Gotcha.
Exactly. They just get a voice text, right?
Gotcha.
And they could just play
I
your
didn't
voice.
know you could. Oh my, oh no. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. So you can do that. You can pair it with everything else. Like you want to pair these things together. Don't just like try to do, well, in the beginning, don't do too much, but also try to keep people up in different places so that whatever channel is going to vibe with them most at that time when they're ready, they see you there, right? In a perfect world, you should do all of these things, all right? But
Yeah,
not a perfect world.
good stuff.
Yeah, email. Oh, that's another thing. The AI texter now adds people that don't respond to a follow-up campaign that also emails them. So that's another update we did for the AI
Love it.
texter.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir. And those are the guides where it tells them 10 steps, like literally a mini blog post for the seller to help you guys with your credibility. And if you want to do like bulk email blasts, this would be surprisingly effective. It even surprises me sometimes. But it's underutilized. Everybody still checks their emails. And if you want to do blast system, um, but it's just you can do so many different things through email that you can't do on any other channel. So it can just be impactful. YouTube, there's like literally, I see I actually really only see real estate agents doing this. And I think investors could do more of this. But dropping those videos where they give sellers like literal guides or tips and tricks on how to sell your home, right? I don't see many wholesalers or investors doing this at all. I see them posting videos for other wholesalers, right? Hey, watch me call this list. Watch me make these offers. Watch me lock up a deal virtually in such and such market. But I don't see people dropping videos for the sellers. Hey, here are 5 ways that you can get the highest price for your property. Here are 5 things to look for before you go and sell your property. Here are 5 major repairs that can impact you selling your home quickly. Here are 5 ways to sell your house if you're behind on payments, right? Here's what to do if you are behind on your payments. How to save your house if you like, y'all. I'm just coming up with these off the dome, but y'all can make videos on all of these, just quick YouTube videos, and just shoot them. If you're not the best on camera, have a friend or a family member or someone on your team do the video and pay them, a stipend for each deal.
Oh, shucks, you can do AI now. I literally saw a video last night with an older guy, and I was like, I think he's AI.
Yeah.
Getting so
Definitely,
good now.
yeah, you definitely can. And I'm always surprised at how the videos perform sometimes, but I also catch it myself watching AI videos, right? Like on YouTube, like 10 best markets for black entrepreneurs, or 10 places that US expats move to, right? Like I see those videos, I watch them, then like 5 minutes in, I'm like, yo, this is AI. Like someone made a script and had AI like
Yep.
do the video. So you absolutely can, 100%. And there's a couple of platforms. I think I did a video. If you look at the AI Power Hours recordings, I think I went over one platform on there that can do videos, but there's a couple more recently. Oh, I got one for y'all. I used it. It's called Captions. It's an app on your phone. It's like this blue little C. Hold on, let me find it on my phone. I don't know where it's at right now.
iPhone or Android?
Everything. This right here. You guys see that?
Captions. Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I can
I
see
have a
it.
computer app, but I don't know if all the features are on the computer app. But you can literally make an AI video clone of yourself. Um, you can use other people's video clones. Here, look, I just read an article that's got me thinking about changing up my strategy.
Really? What kind of trends are we talking about? I'm always looking for ways to improve my business.
Well, for starters, they're saying we should be using government data lists instead of the big. I obviously got to clean up my twin a little bit, but
Wait a sec. That's AI.
bro, I never said any of those words at all,
Mind blown.
and I don't know who that
Sweet.
girl is either.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
Yeah. Oh
go.
my gosh. Wow.
It sounds like me too, right?
Yes,
What else
it does.
Like
curious
even the
about
way I
other
paused my
strategies?
voice, like it caught that. Like just strategies like seller financing and focusing on land deals. And get this. See?
This is
Like it's
awesome.
crazy. So yeah, y'all can definitely dang, there you go. So create some AI videos for content and start posting those on YouTube. Post them in Facebook groups where people are trying to figure stuff out for selling their property, or the local community group, right? And you'll be surprised how many leads that you start getting in. Not a lot of people are doing this at all.
Nice.
Yeah, y'all. So I hope this provided a ton of value, gave y'all some actionable ideas you can go put into play right now. If you got any other questions or need any follow-up items, just let me know. We can send it over to you, and
I want a
take it
copy,
from there.
please. I want a
Same
copy,
here.
please.
I'd like a copy.
Awesome. We'll get that emailed over to y'all.
As well. What about
What do you mean?
on the CRM? There's an AI agent part there. That's a new button there.
Yeah,
I just
that's
want
where
to.
the new caller dashboard that I was showing you.
Okay, perfect. Gotcha. Nice.
That's where all that stuff will be. So the old one will disappear probably by the end of this week, and only
Okay.
that one will show.
Okay. You did great today, man. I appreciate all this information, man. Good job.
Absolutely, absolutely appreciate y'all.
Hey, Ola,
Let me know how.
before you go, my friend, I know it's a lot on your plate right now, but when you do have time, could you send me over that insurance? Because when I do reach out to these fire damage property homeowners, I want to that'll give me more to say to them regarding trying to get their property up on a contract, or just negotiating something regarding getting something up on a contract so I can move forward. That would definitely be a nice strategy to move forward with these fire damage properties.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I know
When you
Charlotte
have
asked.
time, man, just like I said, I want to do that ASAP. But just like I said, when you do have time, I know you're doing a lot right now. When you do, so just, I mean, you have my phone number. Just text it over. Or you want me to shoot you my email?
I think I have your email too, man. So I'm probably gonna drop it in Power Hours next week.
Hmm.
Because I have to just clean up the doc that it's on and just make it.
Okay. Don't forget me, Ola.
Man, come to Power Hours next week. I'll make sure I drop it
Come
on
on,
there.
man. No worries. Don't worry. I got you.
Let's go. Absolutely. Sweet. What other questions y'all got for me?
All I know is that we're gonna need a session just on marketing. So
Right?
you got my mind on here. Yeah.
Y'all, there's so many videos I want to drop. It's just like finding time to record them and then put them into the community. But trust me, I've been thinking about y'all and definitely got some more ideas. So much appreciated. I'm glad y'all are finding value, encouraging me to do more of this. Tell everyone who wasn't here they missed out.
Damn right.
Absolutely, y'all. Well, again, appreciate y'all. Every Tuesdays, we're live at 5 to 6 or 7, just depending on how long we go. Next week, we'll be going more through the new AI callers and stuff like that. So hit me up if you guys got questions. Tell your friends, tell your family. We also have the affiliate program, too. Looking forward to checking in with y'all again next week.